and today we are reacting to how orcs saved my life. Yes, really. Now listen, if you don't know what are the orcs or what is Warhammer, it's basically like a strategic game where basically in the grim dark future of 40k there is only war. And yeah, the orcs are basically one of the craziest factions in there, and in my opinion, orcs are kind of the best characters or best fictional creatures, period. So for me, it's more like there's number one is orcs, and then there's minotaurs. It's those two races that I'm like, yo, I mess with them. And also berserkers, but berserkers are like Vikings, so you know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah. Well, let's watch this video. So let's dollar.
Alright internet, you keep telling me just to make videos on stuff I love and you'll watch it regardless. So today, I'm talking about something that I love very, very much. Orcs. No, not those. Not those. And not even those. These. These based silly green skins from England's greatest tabletop financial sink, Warhammer 40k. 40k orcs are my absolute favorite take on greenskin, orcoid, and goblinoid races in fantasy. To sum them up, they're an anarchical, semi-capitalist society that are made for fighting and winning. Literally. Fighting for orcs is a physical need like food, water, or sleep, as they're a biological weapon made by godlike space frogs to fight Egyptian terminators. God, I love this setting. So, if
Yeah, no, for real. That's actually what they are. like he's kind of oversimplifying it, but that's exactly what they are. Oh, bro, the Necrons are amazing. Those are the spacefaring Terminators. The Necrons are as cool or more cool than the Orcs, but that's blasphemy in my eyes. So they are second coolest compared to the Orcs. I would love to do a Necron video, but yeah, man. But Orcs are just
orcs don't fight, they literally become obese and die. But fighting for 40k orcs isn't just axes, spears, and headbutts to nose bridges either. Sure, they got their choppas, stickers, and such, but orcs in the setting have one thing that makes them stand out to all other orcs in fantasy. The best take on diesel punk that I've ever seen. And this is just what I adore about them. Orc mechs, as they're called, create some of the biggest and dumbest guns, vehicles, walkers, and robots that just... Man, look at these things! I freaking love it! More specifically, the orcs' take on the genre of mecha are so unique and fun that I can't help but collect all of them. Killicans, Death Dreads, Knots, Stompas, and Gargants. It's like Metal Slug and Gundam when added on top of a D&D table. In fact, I love Orc Mecha so much, my very first kit bash was a Space Marine Tactical Warsuit that I looted into a war suit, complete with multiple magnet op.
Bro, no lie though, I do want to play a Warhammer game, bro. I want to play like a match, bro. And I heard like it takes like 3 hours to do a Warhammer match, bro. Like I really want to play one, cause like, bro, I know so much about the lore, which if you don't know, Warhammer lore is crazy, dog. I think it's like 400 books just on lore alone from this game, bro. Because it's a tabletop game, but there's so much lore that it's literally like you could watch it, you could read the books and not play the game at all, and you still be entertained. Because that's kind of like what I did. Because I wanted to make a fanfic about like Warhammer. Because I always like the setting. I was mostly like the orcs, so I wanted to like make an orc fanfic, and I wanted to understand what's really going on in that world. Because you don't just write in jail. And bro, it took me like 3 months of like properly studying, and even then, bro, I didn't have enough information. And when I say properly studying, I mean, bro, I studied so much, and I think I studied more for Warhammer than I did for anything at school, which is very concerning. Very concerning, bro. But yeah, bro, from what I've learned, dog, Warhammer is a shit, guys. If you don't like, the problem is it's just expensive to play, but like Warhammer is a shit. But like, if you don't have anything to do, guys, if you really want to play a game, like not D&D and all that shit, play Warhammer, dog. I'll be honest with you. You're not going to regret it. Or read the books. Or go on YouTube and watch all those videos, bro. You're not going to regret it. Really it's actually fine.
Yes, I am that much of a nerd. Now, if you've been around my channel for a while, you've already seen a hint of my horrible hyperfixation from the handful of cultural analysis videos I did on the orcs and the Tau. But I don't think you understand just how insane my love of these tusk fungus people are. Wait. Tusk fungus people. Huh. Anyway, I've got a lot of orcs. And by a lot, I mean I have almost every orc model from the core 40k game either painted, assembled, or unassembled. Don't look at me like that, I'll get to them eventually. Over 100 boys, beast snaggers aplenty, every single funny buggy, battle wagons, mech guns, docket jets, stompers, knots, cans, dreads, bunkers, and workshops. I even committed the greatest sin of cringe by creating my own unique orc OCs with a backstory the size of War and Peace nestled deep within my noggin. But I know some of you are very, very curious to hear the backstory of this guy, so let me sum it up in one sentence. Through Gorgan Glitstaka and his instantly regrowing teeth, Gork and Mork thought it'd be absolutely hilarious if they ruined capitalism. And this is just the official stuff. I haven't even begun.
Okay, Gork and Mork are basically, I don't know if he's gonna explain it here, but like Gork and Mork are actually cool concepts of gods, bro. Like one is brutally cunning and the other is cunning but brutal. You know what I'm saying? It's like and which one it is, we don't know. We don't know which one it is, bro. And the only reason there's like two orcs, like two orcs for the gods is because the orcs were like, okay, there's one god, but who's gonna fight that god? So they made another one. But again, there's always a debate on who came first. Like for real, there's a literal debate in the orc community on who came first. It's amazing. I love this shit.
Fun to talk about all the third-party orc stuff I got. Cromlech, Puppet Sword, Gear Guts, Module Orca. Not only do I have a lot of brand new flavors of orc ingenuity, but I'm also ankle deep in building a full-on space samurai orc army. Because of course I did. Remember who you're talking to here. Also, if you four are ever looking for a sponsor, dude, I don't even want money. Just throw a Gargan at my face and we'll call it square. However, before anyone...
Me too. I know reaction videos don't get sponsors, but like, bro, shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, give me some more Hammer material, dog. I wish, dog.
Anyone accuses me of throwing adulting to the wind and reinforcing satire comics created by out-of-touch conservatives, firstly, mind your own business. Secondly, a huge amount of these models were gifted to me by some of the most insanely kind people from my streaming community, who have thrown massive amounts of high-priced plastic and resin at my face because they knew it would make me happy. So I just wanted to say thank you to the kind-hearted people who bullied me with kindness. You know who you are, and yes, these brutal, warmongering, cannibalistic, violent fungus people do make me very happy. Because despite these aforementioned adjectives, not only did these funny green boys essentially save my mental health during COVID, they also reinforce some of the greatest life lessons that everyone should consider every day.
You what?
Now at this point, you might very logically be asking, Gaijin, how do a sentient fungus obsessed with fighting, guns, and brutality make for good life coaches? Well, honestly, it comes from their simplistic views on life. In lore, orcs are the most content race in the galaxy. The entire Milky Way is at war with itself, and while the space humans, space elves, space dwarves, and space socialists lament about it, space orcs are having a grand old time. They just want to do one thing, fight, and that's all that anyone is doing. They're also basically immune to temptation by space demons from the hell that is the warp, because they don't need anything more than what they already have. In fact, it was a space elf philosopher named Uthan the Perverse who stated, "The orcs are the pinnacle of creation. For them, the great struggle is won. They have evolved a society which knows no stress or angst. Who are we to judge them? We Eldar who have failed, or the humans on their road to ruin in their turn? And why? Because we sought answers to questions that an orc wouldn't even bother to ask. We see a culture that is strong and despise it as crude. But there's actually 8 specific...
Hold on. I know this. I'm pausing for no good reason. What I wanted to pause was like, dog, do you hear the freaking guitar on the background, guys? Like the guitar in the background, dog. I just wanted to state that, and then I'm gonna try to not pause a lot. Oh, about the guitar, bro. Oh.
8 specific life lessons that Orc Society revolves around that, honest to God, has saved my mental health as a content creator and as an individual caught up in the nightmarish hellscape that is social media. Yes, I'm being very serious. In an age where we're bombarded with seeing the best of everyone's life, of beautiful people on tropical vacations, artists who crank out masterpieces at the age of 12, and where likes are attributed to self-worth, the philosophy of these marauding goofballs actually holds the key to unshackling ourselves from depression, poor self-esteem, and anxiety.
Lesson 1. Be creative.
In the world of 40k, the Imperium of Man believes all of their old tech is just the best thing ever, cause they were made when the Imperium was at its peak. Therefore, if someone was to suggest that, I don't know, a Lehman Russ tank would work better if it had a more advanced engine or gun, they would be executed for tech heresy. Obviously, this has led the Imperium to a much larger state of stagnation than it already was, but this is a concept that the Orks wouldn't give two squirts of a squig's drops for. As previously stated, Orks built some really insane crap. Smasher guns that use tracking beams to pick up and smash down enemies, bubble chuckas that launch weaponized force field bubbles, a wormhole gun that teleports frenzied goblins into crowds, and even a rocket hammer that has a warhead attached to it. All of these are incredibly unstable but highly effective weapons that have come from the Ork imagination. When Orks get an idea, they try it because why not? If it doesn't work, zog it! Try something different. But if it does work, then get the boys and go crumpin'. While the Imperium
No lie though, guys, man. I know he's probably gonna explain more on this, like, be creative thing. But I'll be honest with you guys, like, there's a lot of like, bro, in not even life. Let me just say in life in general, bro. Like, a lot of times, especially like in this YouTube space, bro, where like you don't have everything that you need, bro. Like, you don't have everything you need. You don't. You just don't have it, bro. And like a lot of people just say go to spawn and all that ish, and then you try to look for a spawn, you don't get a spawn, you don't get no job, you don't get next dog. But at the same time, dog, you gotta like, but you really want to do this thing. So it's like, well, what am I going to do? Should I, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, sometimes, bro, you just shut up, bro. Shut up and get creative. Think about, like, how can I actually make something move? How can I make it shake, dog? Because, like, you can watch other people and be like, oh yeah, they did it like this and I did it like this, and then you know you want to compete with them and you want to be like them. But at the same time, dog, you're not the same, and accept that and understand where you can actually win. Because me, honestly speaking, right now, there's 2 phones in front of me. I don't have a laptop. I don't have this. Like, editing, everything that I ever do is on a phone. It's always on a phone, right? So right now I got 2 phones. I got my mother's phone right here. My mother's phone right here. This is the camera, the one that's actually recording, right? And then my phone right here that's showing me the video. That's my setup. And then I got a light, an old light that I think my father found somewhere, right? That is my setup, right? And I'm trying to make it work. Be creative. Don't wait for people to give you handouts, dog, because you don't have time for that, boys. And Owens, well, I'm just keeping saying boys. Owens, you don't have time for that. You don't. You'll have to be creative. You don't have a choice. You really don't have a choice, because no one's gonna give you the things that you need. You know, like, before this, I was like, yo, I want, like, maybe somebody like Kais and that to come through and give me, like, not even a lot of money, just to buy me equipment, and then I could go crazy and then get the money back, because I know I can make that money back. I have that much belief in myself. But there's no one's going to help you, bro. You got to be creative. You got to make sure that, hey, yo, this shit works out. Bro, scary.
Is hyper obsessed with their past success and never evolved from technology or ethics from that time, Orks aren't shackled by anyone else's concept of success except their own. Even then, Orks in different occupations bicker back and forth about what method is the best way to fight. Some say big choppas, some say big shooters, but to the individual, it just doesn't matter. Orks think, create, and do based on their own creativity and perspective, and this has been the best lesson Orks have taught me. For those of you who have been around for a while, you'll know that I got my big break on the Game Theorist where I would get millions of views per upload, where now on my own channel, I get a fraction of that. Much like the Imperium's obsession with past success, for a long time I was obsessed with trying to get back to that viewership size that I used to have, which did nothing but stagnate my thinking and stress me out. But after I stopped caring about numbers and just created in the way that I wanted to create, I was infinitely more happy. Like this video, for example. There's no cultural analysis here, no hot takes on Japan, but screw it. This video is my personal shock attack gun of YouTube, and if I wormholed a crazed snotling into a 6-digit view count, then we did it, boys! If not, try something else. The same lesson could be applied to anyone. Try not to obsess over the past or what works but now doesn't. Try something new. Create what inspires you. Even if other people think it's dumb, who cares about that?
I agree with what he's saying, guys. Like, sometimes, dog, no one matters, bro. No one matters. Of course, people matter in your life. I'm not gonna ever, like, say people don't matter in your life. Like, bruh. A lot of my mental strength and my mental fortitude really comes from the people around me. But at the same time, dog, you gotta be like, I hear you, and you have your best. You have my best interest in your heart. But what you're saying is not really aligning with the plan. It's not aligning, right? And besides that, from also another perspective, what's talking about where it's like, sometimes you may lose and you're gonna win. Like, don't look at you losing. Don't. It's almost like something like the like what's this Jay from the Minority said. Now they're called the zombies, but it was like sometimes you might be in a losing position, but it doesn't make you a loser. You know what I'm saying? You just a winner that's losing, right? And all you gotta do is find a way to come back to that winning position. Just because you're losing right now doesn't mean you lose forever. You know what I'm saying? But let's cut on. I don't want to pause too much, bro.
Cares about them. This is for you and the people who you think will love it. Do it for them.
Lesson 2. Don't be what yous ain't.
Within Ork society, all of the odd boys, the specialist orcs that make up all these specific occupations, have a genetic innate understanding of that which they do. Orcs are not taught how to practice their occupation. They simply realize the one or two things that they're really, really good at and love, usually revolving around fighting, and devote every waking moment to bettering themselves in that field. Orc mechs constantly work to make bigger and badder contraptions. Orc pain boys find nothing greater in life than learning how orc physiology works, sometimes leading to the disastrous end of their patients. Runt herds find no greater glee than sharing orc legends passed down the generations, as well as brutally raising and herding snotlings and grots. Even the humble brew boys want nothing more than the ability to make a better fungus beer. They don't try to be anything they aren't. An orc mech boy doesn't try to be a runt herd, and a pain boy never tries to be a brew boy. They discover what they're good at, and then...
Translation: find your purpose and stick to it. Find your purpose and don't look back. For real. Find your purpose. Find what really just like, that comes easy to you, and don't look back. Bro, I could have stayed trying to write, and like writing was hard for me. I couldn't really write, and I had so many ideas to write, but I just couldn't. It was hard for me. But when it comes to YouTube is so easy for me, dog. It's not too easy. No, fuck. I'm gonna say this. Compared to writing, it's too easy for me. So I'm sticking to it, and I want to elevate the level of hardness for myself. Like, okay, cool. I find this easy. How can I make this crazy? How can I go damn stupid on this? Right? So I think find your purpose and find what comes easy to you, and maybe try to monetize it, or try to try to enjoy it in your personal space, because it become your hobby or it could become your job, right? Between the two.
And then hone in on it. Likewise, we humans in the real world have multiple examples of this mentality. The epitaph of the grave of the famous American poet Henry Charles Bukowski Jr. reads, "Don't try." Within Chinese Taoism, there's a great philosophy of non-doing called Wu Wei. The idea here isn't not to try to do anything, but it's the concept of not putting effort into anything that doesn't come naturally. This, in my opinion, is the secret sauce to success in life. For example, throughout my career, there have been a lot of people telling me that I need to make certain kinds of content. I've been around since 2013, and I've had a lot of these people tell me that I need to be on camera more, follow certain trends, get rid of little G, make prank videos, make my specific brand focus only around one game or franchise. And in some cases, by not doing this, I've actually lost friends and I've lost a lot of work. I mean,
Lado, I've had people, I had a lot of close people tell me those things. No lie, a lot of close people told me those things. I didn't lose friends, like him, I didn't lose friends. But yeah, they've told me those things. But I understand why they were saying it, bro. They were just they saw I was popping, they saw I was moving, they saw I was really... and they're like, dog, you know what, dog, what you're getting little views, boys. You getting little views. I think you just try this, get your views up, and then come back to your original thing, which is bro, good advice, dog. Good advice. But me at the same time, dog, I know my plan, bro. I got a plan, I got a goal, bro. And yeah, bro. But no, bro, a lot of people will try to give you advice. And sometimes it's on some stop giving me advice type shit. If you don't know that song, I don't react to songs, but I might react to that one. But yeah, bro, it's stop giving me advice. But I didn't say it to them because their advice was very helpful and it made me understand they care, bro. But you know what I'm saying? It's I don't know how to explain it, but you get what I'm saying, guys. You get what I'm saying, Owens?
I mean, you want a little insider secret? Not making certain kinds of content is why I'm no longer with the Game Theorists. But that's because I learned that trying to do or be something that you're not is both a waste of time and impossible to maintain. I could follow trends and be successful talking about things I personally don't care about, but the majority does. But you guys, the people who watch everything that I put out, would know it and be disappointed by it, rightfully calling me out for not doing what I actually care about. But I'll tell you what, gang, the exact same could be said for all of you as well. I firmly believe that everyone is good at something, big or small. The problem I think a lot of people are facing is that they either don't know what they're good at yet, they're not sure how to make that into a job, or they're trying to be something or do something that they're not because someone else more popular or successful is doing it and they want in on it. Don't fall for these traps. Do what the orcs do. As you grow up, or even after you've grown up, think long and hard about what you love as well as what you're good at. If you can focus your mind onto these things, you'll find a great amount of happiness in life. I personally was really lucky. I learned at the age of 18 that I was put on this planet to be a cultural bridge between the US and Japan. From talking to big groups of people to intimate one-on-one conversations. And I've accomplished that goal.
No lie though, no lie. This all kind of looks like my friend, bro. Like my close, my brother, bro. Kind of looks like him, dog. If you're watching this video, bro, that's all looks like you, dog. No lie. That's all he kind of looks like you, dog. You know.
Several times over through different methods. Studying abroad, teaching abroad, doing YouTube. I figured out what I loved and what I was good at, and I never tried to be something I'm not. So don't waste your time trying to be something that you aren't. Give yourself a lot of time to figure out what it is that you love and are good at, and then zero in on that with all of your energy. Whether you end up being a mech boy or a run herd, you're gonna be happy with life.
Lesson 3. Crop everyone the same.
Now this one might seem a little bit odd, considering orcs want to fight and crump everything in the known galaxy, including themselves. But in a way, I think that makes them one of the most unhateful races in the setting. Orcs don't have a beef with anyone specifically, they just want good fights. Orcs don't go out of their way to slaughter one specific race in the galaxy. In fact, many times orcs will completely ignore villages and towns of common folk because there's no fight there. They just want a good scrap. And if you give them a good scrap, half the time they'll respect you for it. The biggest, baddest orc in the galaxy, Gazgul Mag Uruk Thraka, released a human commissar named Yerrick from slavery because he consistently gave Gazi good fights. In a way, this is a superb life lesson, though better taken from the other side of the spectrum. Orcs don't hold grudges because it's a waste of time and can keep you from finding good fights. In the same vein, holding grudges...
Gents. Owens, not even, because this is for everybody. I keep on saying gents, bros, but like I need to really change my lingo and stay to the Owens thing. Because Owens, in my opinion, is basically young warriors. And you can be a young warrior that's a male or female. So when I say Owens, I'm talking to everybody. What he's saying is true, guys. Owens, what he's saying is true. You cannot, and I mean you cannot hold grudges. I know it's easier for your heart to hold a grudge and be like rah 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 rah. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel as if you've been wronged, or maybe you know what I'm saying, you slighted or something like that. But like for your own mental state and for your own happiness, you cannot hold a grudge. You can't. You know what I'm saying? That's why I believe that you should talk things out. If you'll have a problem with somebody, talk it out. Talk it out. If it doesn't work the first time, try the second time, try the third time, try the fourth time. I'm not saying for you to keep on running after that person to fix that grudge, but try for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, bro, I tried. You know what I'm saying? At least I tried. Don't keep on like holding grudges for no good reason, bro. Because some people just hold a grudge and then you find out years later that this okay was just chill, bro. I was acting stupid. I was really acting stupid. I felt the same way for a certain person, bro. Like, I thought like, oh, he hated me, bro. I really thought that man so hated me, like he didn't want to see me ever. But when we were talking and chilling, bro, man was chilled as frick, bro. Made me realize that I was so stupid. I was acting like this for no good reason. No good reason. So don't hold a grudge, bro. Talk it out and see what happens. And in another aspect of it, like treating everybody the same, bro, that's something everybody knows as a child, bro. You gotta treat everybody the same. Because you treat everybody the same, it works more to your advantage, bro. It works. I don't know how to explain it, but I've had more cool interactions from people because I treat everybody the same, right? If I, oh, bro, I quit. Yo, bro, it's a lot. But yeah, man, it's a lot.
Grudges and hate with specific people does nothing but waste our own energy and either keeps us from doing something more productive or limits our experiences with other people in the world. Look, there are a lot of people in this industry of content creation that I just don't care for. But I don't harbor any hate for them because it does nothing but waste my time and energy. I don't care what some other shady online personality did. Shut up, it's distracting me from making my stupid culture analysis videos. If you hold on to grudges and true hatred, then you're gonna miss out on some of the biggest metaphorical scraps you ever had, and you're gonna regret it.
Lesson 4. Don't be a born Umi.
As I said before, orcs are constantly trying new things. New weapons, new vehicles, new contraptions, and in the Blood X cases, new tactics. I mean, orc mech boys will continuously be inspired to create new technological wonders to crump their enemies with, and more often than not though, these will actually backfire and blow up in their face. But they don't care. No orc fears death itself, only a death that had no flair, style, or meaning. And if they do end up succeeding, then they and their new tech become legends. So, one of the last things that my grandfather told me before he died was to, quote, be reckless. And in the moment, it felt kinda weird. I mean, I still remember the look on my mom's face after hearing her father tell this to me with the biggest smile on his face. But 13 years later, I think it was the best piece of advice I ever could have received in my career. It was a massive risk for me to dump a bunch of time and energy trying to create a YouTube channel and Twitch stream. Years of work went into its creation before I ever earned a penny. And even before I started doing this for a living, it was a huge risk for me to go to college to study Japanese and Asian international relationships. There wasn't exactly a big market for those skills at the time. And God, everyone in academia told me exactly what I should do. And all of it was low risk and cookie cutter. But by taking all of these specific risks, I'm doing what I know that I'm here to do. Now, I'll be the first to admit that there was a huge amount of luck that went into my massive success here on...
Okay. Thankfully, he did admit that he was very lucky to be this successful in YouTube, right? Thankfully, because I was kind of with him, but I kind of wasn't, right? Because in life, dog, I mean, Owens, in life, you'll have to take risks. You'll have to risk it for a biscuit. You'll have to. But at the same time, don't take stupid risks. Don't take stupid risks that will hurt you, your family, your everybody around you. And next year we'll see you as a hobo or worse. Don't take stupid risks. Take risk. Yes, take risk all the time. But don't take stupid risks. I think the business term is called calculated risks. Risks that you know, okay, I can take this risk, but I still have like a good bed ready to stay. You know what I'm saying? A good like if I do damage, I got a pillow. I got a plan B. I know me when I was still in grade 12. Everybody every older person was like, "Dude, I'm cool. I like your idea of trying to going to." Trying to do these like extra things like writing and all that, but you gotta have a plan B. And I didn't listen, bro. And 3 years later, bro, I'm still in my mother's house, bro. I'm still like trying to do YouTube. I'm still trying to do all these extra things, bro. And I haven't gone anywhere that I wanted to be in 3 years, dog. That's because I was too focused on like taking risks without understanding that, ayo, bro, sometimes take a risk, but nigga, chill sometimes. Give calculated risks. And that's what I'm doing right now, bro. There's a lot of things that I'm planning on doing that are more going to give me a safer risk. But this is more of my... This is a risk. This, of course, YouTube is always going to be a risk. But I got other things that are going to keep me safe. Kinda. It's a long story. I don't put my business in the internet. But you know what I'm saying? Calculated risk.
Here on YouTube and on Twitch. But as my father always tells me, busy people get lucky. And if I never took these risks despite the potential devastating outcomes and kept busy, I wouldn't be anywhere close to where I am now. Look, I'm not telling you to metaphorically make a brand new custom Mega Blaster and purposely have it blow up in your face. There is such a thing as risk assessment, but a life without risk is a life without success. Be like those orc mechs and go try something daring.
Lesson 5. Don't stop trying, you get?
And even if you fail, keep trying. One of the most beautiful things about orcs is that, as they say, they's never beaten. If an orc wins a fight, then congratulations boys, we's did it. But if they lose, they went out doing what they love doing, fighting. And if they ran away, well, all that means is they get to come back and crump another day with a different approach. Maybe more Daka or wrangling a giant squigoth. It's such a basic life lesson, but one I think we ignore all the time. There's a concept a lot of us YouTubers use called failing faster. It's the idea of failing as fast as you can so you can quickly see what works and what doesn't. What visuals work, what writing works, what upload time does better than others.
Yeah. Bro, you said like 2 things here that I really want to touch on, right? Don't stop. Don't stop, bro. You can't stop. You can't stop, bro. You cannot stop, Owens. You cannot stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop, because the minute you stop, that's when you realize that you haven't done anything. Don't stop. I've seen like I've made so much videos and I've done so much videos where there were 2 copyright striked and then I had to take them down, and basically that's when I'd have like months without videos. But I've been making videos. It's just that those videos were copyright striked and I couldn't post them. But I didn't stop. Even when it comes to the writing. I've been trying to write for like 3 years, bro. And I haven't posted that much writing. But I've been trying to write. I've been trying. I've been pushing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't stop. The only time I even stopped writing was when I realized that, no, I can't do writing. I'm bad at writing. It won't work for me. It won't work for my plan. It won't work for my future and for my family. So I'm going to have to step away from writing and come back to YouTube, where it was easier for me, right? But I didn't stop trying to make money. That was the goal. The goal was always money. Yes, I wanted to give everybody a good experience, a great experience. I want people to enjoy watching and to come to my channel, to anything that I make, and just chill and relax, or feel any type of emotion, whether that's sadness, anger, inspiration, anything. That's what I want. That's the type of thing I really want to do. As long as I can invoke an emotion towards you as a watcher, as a consumer, my job is done. That was my plan. And make a lot of money while doing it. And I haven't stopped. I'm still trying. I'm still moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going. I'm not gonna stop. Forget it. I'm not gonna stop, bro. You're gonna have to once, bro. You're gonna have to do that to me. You're gonna have to do that, bro. You're gonna have to unalive me to stop me.
Others. I contextualize it as a YouTuber strategy, but really it's applicable to anything. The faster you fail at what you're trying to do, the faster you'll learn about what not to do. Really, failing is far more important than success, because rarely do you learn...
And that too. That's very important. Let him explain it. Let him break
rarely
it down.
do you learn anything from success. The Imperium of Man, for example, failed because by being the unmatched power in the known galaxy for tens of thousands of years, they haven't and refuse to try anything new. Which, as we've already mentioned, has led them to do nothing but stagnate technologically and philosophically. Orcs? They lose all the time, but they keep trying new stuff until they do win. And even if they never win, they keep trying new ways of fighting. All I can say to you, everyone, is keep trying to find new ways to fighting.
Lesson 6. Follow the boss.
Orc society is very, very simple. The biggest and the strongest lead. The orc who takes on every single challenger and wins is deemed the war boss of a tribe or even their own Wa. And orcs have zero problems with this. To them, the biggest and the strongest boss, logically, will bring them to the biggest and best fights, such as the single thing that all orcs want. It just makes Zogan sense to follow the biggest boss. Now on the flip side, one of the greatest failures in real-life society over the last 30-some-odd years is that we've all been told since birth not to be a follower, but a leader. That each one of us is special and destined to do something great by ourselves. This, of course, is not only horribly untrue, but it's incredibly dysfunctional. Now, you might think that's a counteractive point to what I've said above, but all I've said is to find out what you're good at and pursue it with all haste. I never said you had to do it by yourself or that you alone could be the only master of the thing that you're good at. There's nothing wrong with following a leader and working as a group, whether it be working under a supervisor on a
I would love to work for somebody or work with somebody on this YouTube thing. I would, but bro, I realized that I haven't found any. I have found people that are good at what they do, great at what they do, but I haven't really, found somebody that's as crazy about this thing as me. And once I realized that, I was like, okay, cool, bro. I might just need to be my own leader. So I agree with him. You have to find somebody that already knows the game. Because honestly speaking, me now, I wish I met me now 3 years ago. I wish. I wish I met me now 3 years ago. I wish. But I didn't. So I wish. But then that's where I think a leader could really help.
On a project, under a team captain, or under a parent trying to keep a family healthy. In most cases, these people are in those positions because their experience and understanding have put them in those places. Yet our society has told us over and over again that all of us have to be leaders, we all have to be supervisors, we all have to be team captains, and we all have to be our own authorities, because to follow someone else shows weakness. I think that is one of the stupidest things to come out of our generation, and I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Most people think that my job of doing YouTube has all been about my decisions, my efforts, my skills, and so on. But nothing could be further from the truth. When I worked under the Game Theorist, I was part of a team. Sure, I made content from my own ideas, but Matt was our team leader, and he was a damn good one. He taught me so much about working as a content creator. He introduced me to all kinds of connections and people. He taught me how to create better videos, but I still had to answer to him. And trust me, there were a lot of times where we absolutely disagreed, but I trusted him as a leader, and it's paid off even to this day. In fact, I actually missed those days when I was part of a team. I do everything myself now. Scripting, recording, editing, everything. And while sure I have complete creative control, I legitimately think my best work was done when I had a team to work with. I honestly think we, just like the Orks, need good leaders and guidance. But...
Lesson 7. Bad bosses get cropped.
Don't be a mindless lemming! For as lacking in intellect as Orks are, and trust me, they are the dumbest race in the galaxy, even they know when to get rid of a bad leader. The position of war boss is a double-edged sword. Sure, you have an entire wall of thousands of Ork boys to tell what to do and where to go, but if you're not taking...
Yeah. So I was like, bro, let me just do this myself. Nobody is as moving as I wanna move. And that's not a bad thing, you know what, bro? Like, I chill with people, bro, and people have their own lives, they have their own aspirations, and it's like my aspirations and aspirations are two different things. Their life circumstances and my life circumstances are two different things, bro. So maybe they do have the passion for it as like me, but they just don't got the opportunity for it. And you know what, bro? Charges to the gang. So until maybe I can be the person that I want to see, then I'll just attract these type of people. That's my type of thinking. But I really want to finish this video. I really do. But bro, it's already so long, this video. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below. And if you have a video, I'll watch it. If you have a video you want me to watch, I'll watch it. Just come up on my Insta, The Lost Owen. And until then, it's been The Lost Owen. Always.